Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Because Women Count 2021. This is an online sharing of GAD data and issues, and this is brought to you by the provincial government of Negros Occidental, spearheaded by our provincial GAD Focal Point System with the technical support of NOLTC, the Negros Occidental Language, Information, and Technology Center, and Tech for Ed Philippines. I am Marijun Pavillar Castro, the Action Officer of the PGFPS. And we are going to start our episode 3. First, let us have the prayer, the national anthem, and the Negros hymn.
Bayang magiliw, pera sa silanganan, alam ng puso, sa dibdib mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, duyan ka ng magiting, sa manlulupig, di ka pasisihil. Sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mong bughaw, may hilang kang tula at awit sa paglayang minamahal. Ang kisap ng watawat mo'y tagumpay na nagdinigdig. Ang bituin at araw niyang kailan pa may di magdidilim. Lupa ng araw ng walhagit pansinta, buhay ay langit sa piling mo. Ang hinigaya na pag may mga api, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo. Sa kita kapamilya, pag-uligay, pag-inay, pag-ibog, madapat mag-ari sa ating na probinsya. Nagotod na Negrosano, isa katawagan, mapinalang gao, sa buong nadampuan na isakripisyo, sa kauswagan, sa sikatao. Sa kasal, abot wala may mapiling sa kalulong, nanagaan gusto ng nagis na ako. Ang matutod ka neto sa akin, isa katawagan, mapinalang gao, sa buong nadampuan na isang tigis. sakripisyo sa kauswagan sa sikatao. Matuod-tuod na negosyanon, isa katao nga mapigalang taon. Sa punadang ko ang dating sakripisyo, pagbulikan, paghigaling, paghigugmang, dapat magwari. Para sa kauswagan sa sikatao.
Yes. Good afternoon once again, and you are watching the episode 3 of Because Women Count 2021, an online sharing of God data. Thank you to all of you who are joining us this afternoon and are watching through Facebook or YouTube. And especially greetings to our members of the provincial GAD Focal Point System and our LGU GAD Focal Point System from the different component cities and municipalities of the province. And we specially organized this webinar for our PJFPS and GAD Focal persons. And before we meet our moderator and presenters this afternoon, let us first hear the message from the chair of the PJFPS, no less than our governor, the Honorable Eugenio Jose Bonglacson.
The pursuance of gender advancement and advocacy is among the thrust of the present administration. And in so doing, we made certain that proper enabling mechanism shall be in place through the creation of appropriate structures and priority programs. In 2019, when Because Women Count was organized by the provincial government, selected agencies and organizations were asked to share their GAD data. Such initiative was taken to have a more systematic method in identifying gender issues so that data-driven interventions can be made. Particularly now that the COVID-19 crisis heightened the diverse issues faced by women. To all the participants of this GAD data sharing, we truly appreciate your dedication and we thank you for recognizing the importance of having proper data that will help us make informed and accurate decisions and enable us to make strategic approaches. I also would like to encourage all our LGUs to have a more active participation. Your inputs will be of valuable importance to this campaign. To the organizers, thank you and congratulations. May this activity give all our stakeholders inspiration to pursue the noble objective of protecting, enabling, and validating the women of the province. May the good Lord continue to guide us in our aim to achieve dignity, respect, and justice for all. Avance Negrense.
Thank you, Governor Bong Lacson. Indeed, Avance Negrense. The implementing rules and regulations of Republic Act 9710 or the Magna Carta of Women provides that all departments, their attached agencies, offices, bureaus, state universities and colleges, government owned and controlled corporations, and local government units and other instrumentalities shall develop and maintain a GAD database containing GAD information to include gender statistics and age and sex disaggregated data that have been systematically produced, gathered, and regularly updated to serve as inputs or basis for planning, programming, and policy formulation. As the governor said, we had our first Because Women Count in 2019, where selected NGAs, SUCs, and offices of the provincial government shared their GAD data, identified gender issues, and planned and implemented interventions. interventions to address these issues. This year, the provincial GAD Focal Point System organized Because Women Count 2021 originally as a culmination of our Women's Month. But because of the surge on COVID cases, we finally we postponed it, and we finally decided to stage this through online platforms, of course, with the help of NOLTC and Tech for Ed Philippines. And we'd like to thank all of you for joining us. So this is our third episode. Yesterday, our first episode, we featured women in migration, women and housing, women and water, and women and leadership. And we had our speakers, OIC Regional Director Riza Joy Moldes. We also had Attorney Aspan, Fatima Aspan of Comelec. We also had Miss Happy Ballesteros of Raagas of Habitat for Humanity Philippines, and Miss Caril Ann Diamante Depositario for Women and Water. This morning, or in fact the whole day, today, May 11, is a focus on education sector. And this morning, I'd like to thank our moderator, Dr. Sharon Juanse, for not only moderating but also taking over some of my tasks when I lose connection. And of course, we thank our speakers, Doc LV Samson of CAMSI, Doc Mary Arce of Nonescos, and Ma'am May Olorga of TUP Visayas. Thank you so much. And this afternoon, we still continue with our educational data sharing. And we have a resource person invited from DepEd, from TESDA, of course, from NOLITI, and from the Negros Occidental Scholarship Program Division. But our moderator, whom I'm very thankful, will be helping us this afternoon, is kumbaga sampat gid, no, truly fit and swak to be our moderator, because she is one person who loves studying. No, she took up her bachelor's in business administration at Miriam College Foundation in Manila, and she also had her master's in business administration from the University of Negros Occidental Recoletos, and she also had her graduate studies. She had her Doctor of Philosophy in Development Management at UNOR, and her Bachelor of Laws also at UNOR. So she is not only a lawyer, she is also a doctor. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to present to you our moderator this afternoon, who is also a member of our Committee on Decorum and Investigation here at Capitol, and she's also a provincial department head. And she's now studying how we can be more efficient with our Negros First Cyber Center. So let's give a warm virtual applause to our good friend, Attorney Annabel Sabay Palik, our moderator for this afternoon. Attorney, good
Hello,
afternoon
Ma'am
and
Jo. Good
welcome.
afternoon. Yes, Ma'am
Yes,
Jo. Good afternoon. So, I would like to
take it away,
continue.
Attorney.
Now, we will start the ball rolling. So, welcome everyone to part 3 of Because Women Count 2021. No? So, we continue with what we have started this morning. So we will be connected, with more resource speakers from the education sector. So today's activity aims to share GAD data, issues and interventions, programs, projects, and activities to address the issues identified. This also aims to update the provincial GAD Focal Point System members, the GAD focal persons, and the local legislators to help them craft or amend policies and PPAs to better the lives of Negrense women and their families. Also, to encourage local government units to organize their own activities to get a better view of the women and girls situation in their localities. So this morning, as mentioned by Ma'am Mary June, we had our state colleges and universities, as our resource speakers. So this afternoon, we will hear more of gender and development data from more, from our education sector. So we will have with us the representatives from the Department of Education, Division of Negros Occidental, the Technical Education Skills and Development Authority, and of course, we have our very own heads now of our Negros Occidental Language and Information Technology Center, and the Negros Occidental Scholarship Program Division, of course, of the Province of Negros Occidental. So, to start the ball rolling, so let me introduce our gorgeous representative from the Department of Education, Division of the Province of Negros Occidental, Miss Nancy Grace A. Padillon, Division GAD Coordinator and Education Program Supervisor under the School Governance and Operations Division. Miss Dance?
Good afternoon, attorney.
Hi,
Can I
Miss
be heard?
Dance. Good afternoon.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm
Yes,
fine.
you're loud and clear, Miss Dance.
Thank you
So,
so
good
much.
afternoon. How are you today?
I'm very fine. I'm so excited to share to you
Okay, so
our
are you very
data.
much ready to present?
Not so much because I'm the new CAD coordinator of the division.
Okay. Okay, so without further ado, I will give you the floor, Miss Dance.
Okay, let me share my presentation. Can you see now my presentation, attorney? Hello?
Yes, yes, Miss Dance. We can
Okay.
see your slides already.
Okay, thank you so much, Attorney. To our dear Governor, Governor Eugenio Jose Lacson, Ma'am Mary June Castro, to Attorney, and to everyone, good afternoon. As the new designated GAD coordinator, thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to share to you our GAD data. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Schools Division of Negros Occidental Gender and Development Data. To start represent, wait, it's not working. Okay, let me start my presentation with the information or the SDO profile to inform everyone that SDO Negros Occidental is composed of 33 districts comprising 2 cities, and these are Victorias and Talisay City, and 19 municipalities. The SDO Human Resource Sex disaggregated data, both for non-teaching and teaching personnel. So I'll start with the non-teaching. Our SDO has 3 division offices, and these are the Office of the Schools Division Superintendent, or OSDS, Schools Governance and Operations Division, or SGOD, Curriculum Implementation Division, or CID. So for OSDS, we have 15 male, 46 female with a total of 61, and for SGOD, we have 10 male, 38 female, and with a total of 48. CID, we have 18 male and 32 female with a total of 50. So all in all, in the SDO non-teaching personnel plantilla, we have 159 personnel. We also have non-teaching personnel district plantilla. For OSDS, we have 9 male, 19 female, and with a total of 28. For SGOD, we have 8 male and 10 female, total of 18. So all in all, we have 46 district plantilla item personnel. For the SDO, non-teaching personnel, regular, detailed. So these are our personnel from secondary schools, others one items, but detailed in the SDO. So we have 5 male and 5 female, total of 10. For the SDO non-teaching personnel, casual status, we have From the Office of the Schools Division Superintendent, 1 male, female 2, total of 3. For SGOD, we have 2 male, total of 2, and overall casual personnel, we have 5. For the non-teaching personnel casual detail, so from OSDS, we have 2 male, 6 female, total of 8. We don't have casual detailed in SGOD. 1 for CID male and 1 for female, total of 2, and total casual detailed non-teaching personnel of the division is 10. So SDO non-teaching personnel job order. So we have 2 from OSDS, only 2 male. Next slide. Okay, for non-teaching personnel, contract of service under central office, detailed in the SDO. So School Governance and Operations Division, or SGOD, we have male 4 and 1 female with a total of 5, and these are our engineers. So they claim their salaries from the central office, but detailed in the division office. We also have non-teaching personnel PSB funded. So these are our drivers, 2 male. Another non-teaching personnel from other agencies, these are our security guards, 2 male. And to summarize the non-teaching personnel of the division, we have SDO based personnel. We have 81 rather male, 160 female with a total of 241. For the junior high school, we have 208 male, 134 female, total of 342. Senior high school, 48 male, 121 female, with a total of 169. So total number of non-teaching personnel of the Division of Negros Occidental is 511. And now for the teaching personnel, here are the number of teaching personnel in the 33 districts with secondary schools. Let's start with Binalbagan 1, wherein 37 are males and 208 are female, total 245. Binalbagan 2, 30 male, 180 female, 210 is the total. Calatrava 1, 52, 238 female, total of 290 personnel of Calatrava 1. For Calatrava 2, we have 3 male, 29 female, total of 32. For Cantoni, we have 15 male and 139 female, total of 154. We also have from Kawayan 1, 53 female, male rather, 351 female with a total of 404. For Kawayan 2, 32 are males, 228 female, 260 is the total. EB Magalona 39 for male, 321 female, then 360 total. Hinigaran 1, 37 male, 223 female with a total of 260. Hinigaran 2, 29 are males, 191 females, total of 220. For Hinubaan, we have 49 males, 313 female with a total of 362. And Ilubuan, we have 33 males, 169 females, and total of 202. Next slide. Moises Padilla, we have 20 males, 258 female, 278 is the total. Morsha 1, 26 are male, 222 are female, and 248 is the total. Morsha 2, 22 male, 223 female, 245 total. For Pontevedra 1, 21 are male, 135 female, total of 156. Pontevedra 212 are males, 135 females, 147 is the total. Pulo Pandan, we have 11, 132 females, and total of 143. Teaching personnel, another, for the District of San Enrique, we have 12 males, 115 female, total of 127. 35 male, 148 female, total of 183 is for Salvador Benedicto. Talisay 1, 22 male, 216 female, total of 238 personnel of Talisay 1. For Talisay 2, we have 13 male, 90 female, total of 103. Talisay 3, 10 male, 141 female, 151 total personnel of Talisay 3. For Toboso, we have 21 male, 245 female, total of 266. And for Valladolid, 20 are male, 147 female, with a total of 167. For Victoria's 1, 21 are male, 200 are female, and 221 is the total. Victoria's 2, we have 16 male, 204 female, and total of 220. So the summary of teaching personnel of the Division of Negros Occidental. For elementary, we have 867 male and 6,280 female, with a total of 7,147. For junior high school, we have 2,536 male, 1,109 female, with a total of 3,645. For senior high school, we have 376 male and 659 female, total of 1,035. Overall number of teaching personnel of the Division of Negros Occidental, we have 3,779 male, 8,048 female, with a total of 11,827 total number of teaching personnel. Next slide, please. The summary of non-teaching and teaching personnel. For the non-teaching, as what I have said a while ago, that we have a total of 256 male, 255 female, total of 511. For the teaching, we have 3,779 male, 8,448 female, total of 11,827. So the grand total for male is 4,035. For the female is 8,303, and the total number of personnel, both non-teaching and teaching, of the Division of Negros Occidental is 12,338. Okay, so this time I will be presenting to you the key performance indicators of the SDO, which was generated online through Learners Information System. So I'll start with the kindergarten. So for the gross enrollment ratio, we have 90% for the male and 85.32% for the female. So we have a total of 87.73%. For the net enrollment ratio, 66.81%, and for the male, and 66.67% for female, with a total of 66.74%. For elementary, we have a gross enrollment ratio of 105.08%, female 101.53%, with a total of 103.36%. Net enrollment ratio 96.38%, 95.80%, and 96.10%. The cohort survival is 93.71% for the male, and then 96.77% for the female, with a total of 17 rather percent. So failure, we don't have data, as same as with the dropout. For the repetition ratio, we have 3.66% for the male and 1.35% for the female, total 2.58%, both male and female. So completion rate, we have 92.18% for the male. For the female, we have 95.80% and an average of 93.91%. Okay, for the secondary, gross enrollment is 102.22% for the male, 110.73% for the female, and we have an average of 106.34%. For the net enrollment ratio, 77.49% for the male, 89.78% for the female, so 83.45% is the average ratio of net enrollment. Cohort survival, we have 78.42% for the male, 87.31% for the female, and 82.84%. We don't have data for failure and dropout. We have repetition, so 3.44%, 0.84% for the female, 2.13% as the average. So for completion, we have 76.06 for the male, and female we have 86.28 and an average of 81.15. Okay, so due to pandemic, the only data we have captured was school year 2019-2020 for the nutritional status due to new normal instructional delivery. We are using various modality for instruction like online, modular, RBI, TBI, two-way radio. We also have blended instructions. So these are the data for school year 2019-2020. Enrollment for male, the baseline is 100,078 for male, 90,968 female, with a total of 191,046 as baseline enrollment for nutritional status last school year. So the data here shows that we have 5,644 males who are severely wasted. And for the female, we have 3,981. So total severely wasted of the Division of Negros Occidental is 9,625. But as you can see on the end line data of severely wasted, we have a decrease in numbers. So meaning the school-based feeding program is effective. So it decreases into 837 from 5,644 male severely wasted. Goes down to 887. For the female, we only have 510 out of 3,981. So total, we have 1,347 remaining learners for elementary severely wasted. So we have a great decrease on the number of severely wasted on the end line report. For the wasted, we have males, 13,150 male. Then female, we have 11,169 with a total of 24,319. So on the end line status of our learners, it goes down to 3,822 out of 13,150. For the female, we have from 11 to 169, it goes down to 2,967. So total, we only have 6,789. For the normal, so we don't have any problem sa mga normal natin yung mga learners for elementary. So we have 77,476 for the male, and female we have 73,646 with a total of 151,122 normal learners. Then it increases to 90,055 male. Maybe because ang ato niya severely wasted and wasted, nagsaka na into normal. Then for the female, we have 84,161 and the total, both male and female normal learners. For the end line status of our nutritional report goes up to 174,216. So we have increased. So overweight, we also have overweight, 2,726 for the males or our males, then 1,829 females, total of 4,555. And line, doon nagsaka pa, 2,000, nag-decrease rather, pero kamay lang, from 2,726 goes down to 2,652 from for the males, and for the female, we have 1,697 from 1,825, so total 4,349. We also have obese. So 1,082 male, 343 female, total of 1,425. End line report, it decreases into 999 males, then 307 females, total of 1,306. So, nag-exercise na yung mga kabataan or nag-ano. For secondary, so we also have baseline data for secondary and end line. We usually do the baseline during the opening of classes and end line on January during the normal classes. So enrollment 61 for 61,188 males, 62,844 females with a total of 124,032 learners for secondary. And severely wasted males, we have 3,398, female 1,606, total of 5,004. And the end line result of our nutritional status goes down to 2,330 for the male and 1,115 for the female. So with a total number of 3,445. Wasted, for the wasted learners, we have 6,685 male. For the female, 4,287, total of 10,972. Then end line result goes down to 5,122 male out of 6,685. For the female, out of 4,287, it goes down to 3,262. So with a total of 8,384. So decrease. For the normal learners, we have 49,381 male, 55,739 female, total of 105,120. So in the end line, so kita nyo doon nag-decrease ang male from 49 to 46. This is the actual data. This was the actual data given to me by the School Health and Nutrition unit of our division. So it goes down to 46,760 male. Then the female also decreases to 52,941. So total 99,701. So some of this may be nag-drop out na. That's why wala na sila na way sa end line or transferred out from our division or from one school to from our division to another division. So overweight, we have 1,456 male, 1,041 female, total of 2,497. So it's good that it decreases to 1,207, our male, and female 895, total of 2,102, and it decreased sa aton result as the remarks of this overweight. So obese, 268 male, female 171, total of 439. So the end line, we only have 203 male, then 112 female, total of 315. So decreased. Okay, so aside from that, we also have our trainings and seminars. This is a division-led training. So we had conducted a induction program for non-teaching personnel that includes GAD orientation or GAD training and seminar. Last November 26, 2020, wherein we have 25 male and 72 female with a total of 97 participants. Okay, we also have our school-led, wherein all the schools are conducting GAD training during the in-service training last May 2019, in-service training last October 2019. Wherein last May we have a total of 3,779 male, female 8,048, because all of the teachers were attendees of this training. So same as with the October 2019 data. We also have GAD-related activities, and we had celebrated National Women's Month celebration 2021 with the theme, We Make Change Work for Women, Wana Laban sa Pandemya, Kaya. So we have a lot of activities. Next slide, please. Please click. Okay, so these are our evidences or MOVs during the celebration. Okay, so this is a 1-month-long celebration. The second one is still GAD-related activities, is the Wash in Schools implementation or the WINS, wherein most of our schools are practicing the utilization of segregated CR in all grade levels, and even in SDO and school offices. And these are samples of our segregated CRs. And for the issues of GAD or gender and development issues of our division, although I have reported some sex disaggregated data, but some of these were not captured. So first is issue is no sex disaggregated data or SDD generated to be used in planning, implementation, and monitoring of debt and PPAs in view of the COVID pandemic. So as what I have said, we were not able to capture data of our PWD, the wala sa akong report, single parents, separated, abuse, and others. So, but we will make sure that this year capture naman. For the second issue is non-utilization of harmonized gender and development guidelines or HGDG tool in project identification, design, implementation, and M&E. So it wasn't utilized before, but this time ara na si Ma'am Sally, so ano na gid na implement. Another issue is on the perpetuation of gender disparity, biases, and inequalities among teaching and non-teaching personnel. So example of these mga compositions of our committees, TWGs, and program teams. This should be balanced or equal in number for both men and women. So, kisa laban lalaki, laban babae. Okay, and to end my presentation, I'd like to share to you this quote which says, achieving gender equality requires the engagement of women and men, girls and boys. It is everyone's responsibility. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for this opportunity.
Wow, thank you very much, Ma'am Dance. That was very interesting. No, you had a lot of interesting figures. No, later on we will be asking some questions, no, pertaining to your presentation. So, Miss Dance, just stay for a while.
Okay.
We will see you later for the question and answer. So we will just continue for our next resource speaker. So for our second resource person, I'm happy to introduce our lovely representative from Technical Education and Skills Development Authority, Ms. Lizelle Teachano, Administrative Officer 5. She will be talking about the agency's GAD data issues and interventions for the past year. Let us know what TESDA has done and is doing amid this pandemic. Ms. Lizelle? Hi, Ms.
Hi, ma'am.
Lizelle.
Good
Good
afternoon.
afternoon. Yes, how are you doing?
Okay man, ma'am. Hi po.
So you're in the office? You're in
Yes,
your
ma'am.
office right now. Okay. So, Ms. Lizelle, I will not stay long, no, for this introduction. We will proceed to your presentation.
Sure. So good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to share our GAD data with our participants. Next slide, please. Right, let me share with you our TESDA's vision and mission. So our mission, the transformational leader in the technical education and skills development of the Filipino workforce. And our mission, TESDA sets direction, promulgates relevant standards, and implement programs geared towards a quality assured and inclusive technical education and skills development and certification system. All right. So under the leadership of our Director General Secretary Cedro S. La Peña, our tagline, TESDA Abot Lahat, means that the agency aims to expand and strengthen its mandate and services to all, to reach out and serve new partners and clients with a clear objective to transform and improve lives for the better. So this is in support to test this direction to vet for social equity, where we will be serving marginalized sectors and special clients, specifically those mga rebel returnees, former rebels rather, and special clients. We will be giving them skills training for employment opportunities. So for our registered programs for 2019, we have a total of 84 schools. We have three TESDA technology institutions. Those are regional and provincial training centers whose the management is under TESDA. We have here in Negros Occidental, we have Regional Training Center Talisay, Provincial Training Center Kabangkalan, and Provincial Training Center Cadiz. We also have 4 LGU run training centers. These are Kabangkalan Training Center, NOLTC, Bacolod City College, and Negros First Technology Center. For 2019, we have a total of 274 competency-based training programs. 255 of which with training regulations, meaning this have appropriate training regulations as basis for registrations. TESDA have established standards for tools, equipment, trainers, facilities, and curriculum. We have 19 no training regulations, meaning these are registered under UTPRAS. However, it is not yet covered by any promulgated training regulations. We have 25 bundled qualifications. These are combination of 2 or more qualifications with training regulations offered as a program to produce multi-skilled graduates. And we have mobile training program 13 for 2019. Next slide, please. For 2020, we have 82 total number of schools. We have a decrease from 2019. For 2019, we have 84. 2020, we have 82. The same number for TTIs and LGU run. For competency-based trainings, we have 256. Same, we have a decrease from 274 from 2019. For 2020, naging 256 na lang siya. With TR, we have 239. For NTR, we have 17. Bundled qualifications, 23. And MTP, 13. Our gender and development statistical data, we have generated this through the TESDA Training Management Information System. So we have classified or categorized our enrolled graduates, assessed, and certified as per sector. So for automotive and land transportation, for enrolled, for male, we have 1,318. For female, 140. For construction, graduates 1,279 for male, 133 for female. For construction sector, we have 1,030 for enrolled for male and 37 for female. For graduates, 835 for male and 23 for female. For electrical and electronics, we have 336 male, 187 for female. That is for enrolled. And for our graduates, 188 male, 72 female. For garment sector, we have 9 male and 102 female for enrolled, and 9 for male and 102 female for graduates. For metals and engineering, for enrolled, we have 1,024 for male and 137 for female. For graduates, we have 102. For graduates, we have 980 for male and 62 for female. For social community development and other services, we have no enrolled for male and we have 42 for female, and graduates 41 for female. Under the tourism, hotel, and restaurant sector, we have enrolled of 229 for male and 353 for female. Graduates, 228 for male, 353 for female. For Tibet, we have 27 for male, 24 female for enrolled, and 27 for male and 24 for female graduates. Overall, for 2019, this data ang enrolled sa mga TESDA technology institutions, meaning sa mga training center managed by TESDA, like the Regional Training Center and the Provincial Training Center. Overall, for male, we have 79% For enrolled for male and 21% for female. For graduates, 80% for male and 20% for female. So for our 2020 data, for our test the technology institutions, so for agriculture, forestry, and fisheries sector, enrolled for male 109, for female 107, for graduates 80 for male, 73 for female, a total of 153 for female. For automotive and land transportation, we have enrolled of 174 for male and 37 for female, a total of 211. For graduates, 140 for male, 29 for female. For construction, enrolled 149 for male, 12 for female, total of 161. For graduates, we have 39. For electrical and electronics, 236 enrolled for male and 51 for female. For graduates, 155 for male and 32 for female. Under garments, we have 5 enrolled for female and no for male. No enrolled for male. For information and communication technology, enrolled for male 14, for female 8, for graduates 14 for male, 8 for female. Under metals and engineering, we have a total enrolled of 231 for male and 28 for female. Graduates 180 for male and 9 for female. For social community development and other services, we have 4 enrolled for female and as well as 4 graduates. For tourism, hotel and restaurant, 34 enrolled for male and 93 for female, 26 graduates, 26 for male and 66 for female. So overall, we have seen that there is a decrease from our enrollees from 2019 to 2020. Percentage, 77% of male under sa enrolled and 23% for female. Next slide, please. So this is our data for technical vocational institutions, both public and private. Ang kagina, ang din-discuss, those are only for TESDA training institutions. Iniya, kabilugan na siya, including public and private. So same, we have categorized this into per sector. So under the agriculture, forestry, and fishery, we have enrolled of 2,226 for male and 2,065 for female. Graduates of 2,186 for male and 2,040 for female. Under the sector automotive and land transportation, we have enrolled for male 1,865 and 90 for female. Graduates 1,767 for male and 85 for female. Under the construction sector, we have 507 enrolled for male, 92 female. Graduates 495 male, 80 female. Under the electrical and electronics, total enrolled 3,960 for male, 2,510 for female. Graduates 3,813 for male and 2,420 for female. Under garments, we have 41 enrolled for male, 276 for female, 41 for graduates, 41 male, 260 female. Health, social, and other community development services. We have no enrolled for male, 80 for female, at the same time, 80 for graduates. Human health and healthcare. We have a total of 439 enrolled for for male and 1,555 for female. Graduates, 384 for male and 1,367 for female. For ICT, enrolled 998 for male, 1,631 for female. For graduates, 970 male and 1,593 for female. For metals and engineering, we have a total enrolled 5,512 for male and 615 for female. For graduates, 5,255 male and 598 for female. For processed food and beverages, enrolled 90 for male, 168 for female, 85 graduates, 85 for male, 157 for female. For social community development and other services, enrolled for male 254, enrolled for female 1,040, graduates for male 254, and graduates for female 1,036. Hotel, under the tourism, hotel and restaurant, we have enrolled for male 2,897 and for female 8,252. Graduates 2,775 for male and 7,930 for female. For TVET, we have a total enrolled of 429 for male and 677 for female. Graduates 427 male and 666 for female. For wholesale and retail trading, we have 106 enrolled for male, 125 for female, and graduates 106 for male and 125 for female. So as you can see, we have highlighted in our presentation sector in which damo ang enrollees naton sa female. Kalabanan sa ang aton enrolled under sa garments, health, social and other community development services, human health and healthcare, information and communication technology, processed food and beverages, social community development and other services, tourism, hotel and restaurant, TVET, and wholesale and retailing. Amo na siya ang damo enrolled nga female. However, overall, ang nag-dominate Japon sa aton nga enrolled in graduates, male representing 51%, and ang female naton only 49%. So let's see our data for 2020 kung the same man siya Japon. So as we can see, nagnubo ang aton enrolled graduates from 2019. So kung sa 2019 we have 21,000. For total enrolled in 2019 we have 42,199. Sa aton nga 2020 nagnubo siya naging 12,597 na lang because of the restrictions in the implementation of training programs during the COVID pandemic. So for 2020, as you can see, we have highlighted sector where nag-dominate ang enrollment for female. So sa garments, under the RE, we have qualifications like tailoring, dressmaking. For human health and healthcare, mga barangay health services, emergency medical services, caregiving. Sa information and communication technology, contact center services, 2D animation, visual graphics design. For processed food and beverages, we have food processing. Sa social, community development and other services, we have bookkeeping, hilot wellness massage therapy, ano siya mga examples ng qualifications. So overall, the same man siya sa 2019, 51% enrolled natin sa male, 49% enrolled for female. For graduates, we have the same, 51% and 49%. So for TESDA personnel profile, so for TESDA Negros Occidental, we have 4 operating units: the Negros Occidental Provincial Office, Regional Training Center Talisay, Provincial Training Center Cadiz, and Provincial Training Center Kabangkalan. So as you can see, for regular employee, lang kami, 16 overall. 16 overall naman nga male, the same man siya female, 16. Total of 32 personnel. For our support staff, we have 21 male and 25 female. So for these are the trainings attended by some of our personnel. In 2019, we only have 1. In 2020, we have 3. Building up children's protective behavior against online sexual abuse and exploitation, gender and development webinar, Zoom versation on VOW in the humanitarian or crisis settings, the Bakwit experience. So based on our GAD data, we have the following observation. Our top 3 gender issues of women staff in our organization. 1, lack of awareness and understanding of GAD-related issues and concerns among personnel and job order assistants. 2, lack of awareness of women's rights in the workplace. 3, we have more male teaching personnel in technical vocational education and training. For our top 3 gender issues for our clients and trainees, 1, we have low enrollment of women in non-traditional trades, as seen in our presented GAD data. 2, lack of awareness of women's rights among our clients and trainees. This is because GAD is not mandatory to be integrated in the curriculum of TESDA registered programs. And lastly, more employment opportunities for male graduates in non-traditional qualifications than female. So that's end our presentation. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you very much, Ms. Lisel, for that enriching sharing of your data. So of course, we all know no, that the thrust of government is really to make better the lives of its citizens, no, and particularly women. And of course, our services, the government services is also focused no, to render to our stakeholders, especially in the education sector. And I'm really amazed, no, especially for the interesting data for DepEd, no. DepEd, especially for their teaching personnel, is really dominated by female. No? So I think there are thousands no, of females over, no? that is more no? over the male population of their teaching personnel. Okay, so may I call on Ms. Lisel and Ms. Dency for our question and answer portion? Hi again, Miss Lisel. Hi, Miss Dance.
Hello, attorney.
Welcome back. Yes. I am really amazed of the data for the DepEd, no? Especially for the number of your teaching personnel. No? And I also commend no, the DepEd for the increase in the number of normal students no, and their nutritional status, especially in the elementary. No?
Yes.
So that's really amazing. No? Anyway, considering that all of us really are challenged no, by this pandemic. No, so this is for both of you, Ms. Lisel and Ms. Dance. I would just like to ask, what are the challenges no, that you encountered as GAD focal persons no, in your respective agencies? Considering that we have this, we are in the pandemic still, no? Actually, it's already more than a year. Miss Dance, I think you may answer first.
Okay, so attorney, actually, to be honest, this is my first time to hold this program. Just for this presentation. Before it was our colleague here, so Ma'am Sally Sinayo, our Assistant Schools Division Superintendent. Actually, she is with me now, watching on Facebook Live. Uh, this is my first time, and it's my the challenge that I will be faced. I think it's so hard for me to. I found it so difficult because I wasn't able to attend orientation, or I was not capacitated on how this program should be implemented. But I will try my best to do my task as the coordinator of the division for this year. So first time ko gid attorney, first time ko napugas ang report, first time ko
Okay.
nga nag-report, kaya I was just assigned by Ma'am Sally, no, sini. Although nga naano na ko, pero under training pa ako, attorney.
Okay, ma'am, there's no problem. No? So far,
Oo.
so good. No, you're doing well. No problem with that.
Embracing the
Yes.
program.
Yes. So that's your challenge, no?
Yes.
Okay.
I need
So
to
with,
learn
yes,
more.
there are more. Yes, there are more to come.
Yes.
So
And I'm
I
happy to be
hope.
invited to attend the webinar since
Okay.
yesterday.
Okay, so there are more to come, Miss Den. So
Thank you so much, attorney.
be ready for more surprises, no? And of course, more
Okay,
work.
I like that.
Okay. So, Miss Lisel, what are your challenges, no, as your focal person?
Yes, attorney. So same with Ma'am Dency, bago man ko nga focal sa GAD, kaya ang previous nga
Okay.
focal nag-retire na. So in addition to the regular functions, salo na ton ang GAD. So one of the challenges, lack of training man. Kaya syempre bago man lang man ko na assign as focal person for GAD. So ano na siya, medyo gapangapa pa, especially on sa database, may lang may assistant nga nag-help sa nga naga-maintain sa amon nga database. So mo na siya.
Okay. So thank you very much. So at least this is all also we're all learning, no, with this scenario actually, no. So because before we are having this face-to-face conference, no, before. So that was in 2019. So last year we were not also able to do that because of the pandemic. But anyway, hopefully, no, we will be able to do this face to face. No? Okay, so I would just like, no, as part of this activity, we would like to extend, no, our appreciation for Ms. Lucelle and Ms. Den. So before we proceed, I would just like to read the certificate of appreciation. No? So the certificate of appreciation reads Republic of the Philippines, Province of Negros Occidental, Provincial Gender and Development Focal Point System awards the Certificate of Appreciation to Dency Grace Padillon, Education Program Supervisor, School Governance and Operations Division, Division Gender and Development Coordinator, in grateful acknowledgement and appreciation of her services rendered and insights shared as presenter of the GAD database of the Department of Education, Division of Negros Occidental during the Because of Women Count 2021, a webinar series on GAD data and issues organized by the provincial government of Negros Occidental through the Gender and Development Focal Point System with technical support from the Negros Occidental Language Information and Technology Center and Tech for Ed Philippines. Awarded this 11th day of May 2021 in Bacolod City, Negros Occidental, Philippines. Signed, Honorable Eugenio Jose V. Lacson, Governor. Then we also have the certificate
Thank
of
you so much,
appreciation.
Attorney.
Okay, so we also have the certificate of appreciation for Ms. Lizelle Tiechano, uh, Administrative Officer 5 of TESTA, also in grateful acknowledgement and appreciation of her services rendered and insights shared as presenter of the GAD Database of Technical Education and Skills Development Authority during the Because Women Count 2021, a webinar series on GAD data and issues organized by the Provincial Government of Negros Occidental through the Gender and Development Focal Point System with technical support from the Negros Occidental Language, Information and Technology Center and Tech for Ed Philippines. Awarded this 11th day of May 2021 in Bacolod City, Negros Occidental, Philippines. Signed, Honorable Eugenio Jose V. Lacson, Governor. So with that, thank you very much, Ms. Lisel and Ms. Dens, no, for that very fruitful sharing, no, of your data. You really had shown the face of your offices to us. Okay, so we now proceed to our next resource speaker. No, and our next resource speaker is our very own, no? Our very own head, no, of our Negros Occidental Language and Information Center. No? So we will be listening and looking at the GAD data presentation from one of the more creative and always ready to rumble office in the provincial government of Negros Occidental, the Negros Occidental Language and Information Technology Center. We have with us this afternoon Ms. Maria Cristina Basa Orbisido, PhD, the Vocational School Administrator of NOLTC, and my schoolmate in high school. Please help me welcome Ms. Tina Orbisido.
Hello. Hello, attorney.
Hi, Ms. Tina.
Good afternoon. May
Yes.
kasimanwa, my schoolmate.
Yes. Kamusta ang sur nga bahin sa Bacolod?
Mabinungahon.
Para ka
Maulanon ang panahon. Maulanon.
Yes. Okay. Kag
Maulanon.
matugnaw diri subong sa amon opisina. Okay. So, Miss Tina, we will be talking about a lot of things, no, this afternoon. Yeah. So, and I'm sure we will also learn, no, about anything and everything about your office. Of course, you serve basically, no, the less fortunate, no, or
Yeah.
of our members of society, no. So, I think let's proceed, no? Kada excited na kung mabalaan ang imo
sure.
accomplishments, and you have a lot, no, to show us. Okay, sige, Tin, you may start.
Thank you, Attorney Palip. Thank you for that introduction. Allow me to share my screen. Okay, so this afternoon, I'll be sharing the GAD database of NOLTC for 2019 and 2020. So this will focus more on our experiences before the pandemic and during the COVID-19 pandemic. So you will see in this slide that before the COVID-19 pandemic, we don't have face masks, we're very close, we're very intimate, and this picture shows that. It says all things. And while on the other hand, when the pandemic came in, we were disrupted. We were all disrupted, and we were in chaos during that time. So allow me to start with our analytics on our training programs, particularly on contact center services, NC2, and English language proficiency, NC2. So this chart shows our breakdown for 2019. So you will see here that for CCS, we have a total of 613 students, and 373 of which are female, 240 are males, and our employment rate is 534. That's way higher compared to our target of 60%. So this is a conversion rate of 87%. This is before the pandemic. You will see the difference later when I present our 2020 chart. So for English language proficiency, we have here a total of 200 students and 104 females and 96 male. So in this chart, you will see the difference. There's a lot of females trying to avail the non-PR programs or the programs without training regulations. Okay. For 2020, there's a slight decrease in number of enrollees. The reason being is that at the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic, that was March. And there was a memorandum from TESDA that we need to stop doing face-to-face learning. So we were really disrupted. And we have to cancel all our programs, particularly the face-to-face programs. And we have to adapt to the new normal. That was the time that we need to calibrate all our staff, particularly our trainers, for them to be prepared for the virtual learning. And we resumed our GAD implementation June of 2020. So you will see here that from 600 in the previous slide, you will see that our total enrollment for 2020 declined to 487. That's around 20% decrease. And the good thing about this one is that we still maintained the number of women who availed of the training, that's 340, versus the male counterparts, which is 122. And another good thing is that we have 25 LGBT representatives. So you will see here that we campaigned for inclusion. During our screening process, we already allowed the LGBTQ to really go out of their shell. So from the registration process, we included the word LGBT. We did an experiment if people are willing to reveal themselves, if they would want to be labeled as LGBT. And we are surprised that there's a lot of people who came out and who enlisted themselves. So compared to the previous slide, there's no LGBT, right? Because that was the time that we didn't include in our analytics the baseline for the LGBT community. So in 2020, we have a very active partnership with an LGBT group. That's why we recruited a lot from their sector. So you will see here that despite the decrease in our enrollment, the conversion rate for our employment is still high. That's 83%. So majority of the women who are enlisted in this program are those who were displaced from their work because of the pandemic. And there were some who were OFWs, and there's also a number of K-12 graduates who were also displaced because of the scare, because of the pandemic. And for English language proficiency, we have 78 women who availed the training, 32 male, and a total of 100 enrollees. Okay. So we move forward to training programs that's with TR or with training regulation. So this composed of 2D animation and visual graphic design. So these are long courses compared to CCS and ELP. So this takes a lot of training. So the minimum months that you have to cover these trainings, 4 to 7 months. So this is before the pandemic. We have 14 female who enrolled in the program. We have 43 male and a total of 57 enrollees for the graphic design, and the conversion rate is 50 persons employed after the training. So that's 92% employment rate. For 2D animation, we have 3 females who enrolled and completed the training. We have 23 male and the conversion rate is 24 or still 92%. You will see here in this graph, there's a decline in terms of inclusion of women in this program. These are non-traditional skills training, and you will see that there's still a gap between the number of women who are interested in enrolling for animation and graphic design, because these courses are labeled as courses for men. So there's less interest from women. But the good thing about this analytics is that there's a growing interest. And like before, we would only have one or two. Now you will see that we have 14. So this means that there's also a growing interest from the women's group that they would want to do non-traditional training programs. The sad thing is that for 2020, you will see that there's no enrollees for this program. Why? The reason is we don't have available equipment for those who would want to enroll in the program. Since these programs need high-end equipment, most of our interest coming from those who would want to join the program is that they're having problems not only with connectivity but also with the equipment. So we cannot lend them our equipment because of the lockdown, because of the community quarantine. So for 2020, we really didn't do animation and graphic design. However, we did a solution for that one. I'll present that later. Okay, so moving forward, we also have institution-based training. So we have billing and coding and certified coder course. This is in partnership with MedTrans Philippines and MedTrans USA. So you will see here that in 2019, we had 14 enrollees, most 100% women, and conversion rate is 11. That's 79% employment rate. And the certification rate here is very high for the US examination. That's 90% passing rate. Most of them are nurses, and they are really very eager to get the certification. The certification for the coders exam is really vital if you want to be immersed with the US standards. So if you have this certification, you can land a job in the US or in any other countries affiliated with the US, as long as they're using the same codes. For billing, we had also a number of interests, and for billing, we had 100% passing rate for the US exams. And also, you will see here that the conversion rate for the employment is also higher compared to our target. Next, we move forward to the Nihongo Culture Course, Digital Literacy Training, and SDTP. For Nihongo, we had more than 100 enrollees coming from the women's group. And you will see here that there's only 2 who enlisted. The number is 115 versus 113. So the difference is only 2. So you will see that there's a higher representation from the women's group. For the digital literacy, the female is also higher compared to the male. And also however, for the SDTP program, there's a lower number. There's only 16 who enrolled for the program, and there's 34 male who enlisted for the program. The reason here is that this course is very technical. Software development and programming, as they say, is only for men. However, you will see here that there's already a growing interest from females. So this is a good sign that women can also do coding. So all this data represents pre-COVID. However, during the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic, we didn't have classes for Nihongo. We continued our classes for digital literacy, but it's online. And for SDTP, we also halted our program because we don't have the equipment for our students. They cannot do training in their homes because they don't have laptops or they don't have computers. Okay. So for robotics and intelligent machines training, so this is 2019-2020. In 2019, we trained 101 students. We launched the program because we wanted to be the robotics hub in our province. We already plotted all our plans for 2020 to cover all schools and to train a lot of students from the Department of Education. However, because of the pandemic, we did not pursue the project for 2020. Instead, we only trained teachers from elementary and high school. So you will see here that we trained 79 teachers from DepEd. So we have 45 female and 34 male. So it's surprising that there's a lot of women who are interested in robotics, and they are teachers, compared to men who are only 34. So maybe this speaks of a figure that there's more than women who are employed in the Department of Education compared to the males, because a lot of interest is really coming from the males in terms of robotics. Okay. For the students category, we are happy here to note that there's 43 girls who enrolled for the robotics. So although they are quite scared during that time, but you will see that they are very interested of manipulating the robots. They are interested of learning how to code, and they're very happy that they were part of the program. So we are really campaigning for the inclusion of women in non-traditional courses. That's why we're really campaigning that girls and women should also be involved, be engaged in robotics and other non-traditional courses. All right. So for 2020, we really need to innovate and to adapt to the new normal. So for 2020, we did our GAD webinars. This is an innovation project of NOLTC during the pandemic. And this analytics will show how far have we reached our goal of trying to be relevant, especially during those trying times, and especially during those times that everybody is in chaos and everybody doesn't know what to do. And if you are really scared, you will settle for not doing anything and settle for less. But we deemed it necessary for us to really look for new strategies so that we can be more relevant and adapt to the calls of the time. So we planned out for the GAD webinars. We started with our animation and graphic design series, because we cannot just settle for a zero number, because we're seeing that a lot of interest from our clients. They're asking, how can we do training for animation? How can we continue our training for graphic design? So our solution is to conduct these webinars. And based on the analytics that we got, we reached out to more clients because of these webinars. We have scaled up our services. We catered to clients not only coming from Negros Occidental, but clients from outside of our region and also outside the Philippines. Our Facebook insights, our Facebook analytics showed a very high number of reach. That's a high of 12,000 to 2,000 engagements. So that's very high if we look at the social media analytics. And we have to improve as well our channels. So that's why we now have our YouTube channels to those who would want to view us and engage with us via YouTube. So aside from the webinars on graphic design and animation, we also pioneered the GAD webinars. So you will see that we did 11 series of GAD webinars under different topics. So we invited experts during that time. We did mental health and wellness webinar, HIV/AIDS. We did GAD webinar for men, digital parenting, sexual orientation. We also did BAUC and sexual harassment, cyber security for women and children. So these are essential webinars that we believe our audience need to know updates. And we also did some webinars on COVID-19, not only on the risk factors of the pandemic, but as well as the importance of vaccines. So for our statistics, the GAD webinars, the results of the 11 sessions that we did, there's 696 female who joined the webinar, which is very high compared to the male participants. That's only 216. So we had total of 922 participants. For the animation and graphic design, we did 12 sessions. We had 769 participants from the female group and 474 from the male. We also have 12 LGBT, so that's a total of 1,255. For the digital literacy session, we have 142 participants from the female group and 66 from the female. That's a total of 208. For the robotics, this webinar, we had 45 female and 42 male and 1 LGBT, so a total of 88 participants. So in this figure, you will see that there's a lot of interest from the female group. Aside from the webinars, NOLTC also hosted 12 web conferences or meetings of the province, particularly meetings of the GAD Technical Working Group, the PDC, the budget hearing, the GAD Focal Point System, the training and induction, and other webinars for the province. We were able to help other departments in trying to move forward despite the pandemic. We catered to them virtually. We hosted their meetings so that we can still continue to serve our clients or our constituents. So the pandemic did not hinder us from really doing our work, from doing our service to our clients. And this is the reason why we are really campaigning for a data-driven governance where we leverage technology, because we believe that technology is our way forward. We cannot just stay on the traditional way. We really need to move forward, because this pandemic is a lesson learned for us that we need to survive. That if we try to look at the way things are happening outside of our comfort zone, we will realize that a lot of countries are way above or way beyond us, that they have already automation, they already have robotics, they have Internet of Things, while us as a third world, we're still adapting to digitalization. So we really need to move forward for us to survive the future, because the experts are saying that the pandemic is a lesson for us, that we need to prepare that in the future there's going to be more pandemic if we don't take care of our environment, of everything that we have right now, especially our resources. So That's it for our training programs. So for our gender statistics for knowledge staff, we are equally divided. So male and female, we are 26. So male and females 13. However, for the regular employees, we have a higher number of female compared to male. For the contractual workers, we have a higher number of male because we have non-traditional training and most of our trainers are male. That's the reason why we have a higher number compared to our regular workers. For our job order employees, we have an equal number. And for our agency base, these are security personnel. So it's a male-dominated world. So we don't have female security personnel, right? So the last part of my presentation are the gender issues. So we have identified some gender issues during the implementation of our program. Particularly, we focus on gender issues during the pandemic. So these are the gender issues that we have identified. There's lack of access to stable internet connection, lack of equipment required for training. So this is very true, and this was shown during our stakeholders consultation. A lot of our applicants are really interested to enroll in the program. However, they don't have cell phones or smartphones. They don't have stable internet connection. And some of them, they don't have signals, and some of them, they don't have loads for their cell phone, so they really cannot connect to the internet. The second issue is the lack of job opportunities and resources COVID-19 pandemic. So we also did a survey on this, and a lot of people lost their jobs. They don't have other alternatives. They don't have other resources. So they would really want to do the training. However, there are complications. We go back again to the first reason, that's unstable internet, or they don't have internet connection at all. The third one is inadequate training opportunities on non-traditional skills for women. This is mainly focused on 2D animation and graphic design. The fourth one is unemployment and underemployment of women and displaced workers due to the pandemic. So there's really a lot of women who were unemployed and displaced because of the pandemic, since most of the industries affected by the pandemic is really there's a lot of women employed in these industries, particularly in the food sector, in the tourism sector. So one option that we really are promoting is the BPO sector, which was tagged as essential during the pandemic, and until now it's an essential industry. That's why we're really promoting our CCS training. And the last issue that we have identified is the worsened multiple burden of women, because we have some mothers who enrolled in our program, and they express that they have this worsened burden, because aside from attending online courses, they also need to help their children in doing the modules, in trying to help them in their assignments, and trying to connect to the internet. And also they have to do household chores. So it's just like from an 8-hour work shift, they transition to a 24/7 work shift at home, where they have to adjust to divide their time to their household duties, and at the same time their duties to their children, to their husbands, and also to their online work, and also to their online schooling. So this does not include the mental health issues, which also we have heard from some of our students, the burden, the mental health issues of being separated and being alone all the time because of the pandemic, and there's a lot of interest from our students that we really need to conduct regular mental health sessions for them to cope and to adapt to the new things that they have to accept, else they will not survive. And so that's the reason why we are really trying to intensify our stakeholder analysis and our stakeholder consultation to our students to really improve the way we roll out our trainings now that is all virtual, that is all online. Right? So despite these then gender issues and problems, we also identified our interventions. Like for example, for the lack of access for stable and internet connection, we ensure that we provide our students with support. So for the support, we included in our project proposal the support for mobile allowance for our students. And we ensure that during the interview process, we ensure that they already have stable internet connection. So we try to encourage them to look for a stable site where they can do their classes. So some of them would do their classes outside of their homes, or look for a very good spot where they can really have a very good access. For the inadequate training opportunities on non-traditional skills for women, our intervention here is we continued our webinars for animation and graphic design. So this time it's on a modular basis. So this time they will learn from their homes, and all the sessions are really planned out so that it would be easy for them once we go back to the face-to-face classes and they enroll in our programs for animation and graphic design. They can already review and go back to their notes during the webinar series. For the lack of job opportunities, so the thing here is that we are really promoting contact center services as an option for our applicants, because we believe that there's huge job opportunities in BPO companies. They are considered essential, and the pay is good. So, and we also provide allowance for our trainees. These are living allowance while they are applying for work. So after the training, once they graduated, we provide them with allowance so that it will help them support themselves during their job application. So for the multiple burden of women, what we do is that we intensify our stakeholder dialogues, consultation, and analysis. And then we do our coaching, we do our, for the mental health and other issues, we have our guidance counselors helping our students. And our teachers are very empowered that they always reach out to our students, because it's only now that we realize that the more time we spent online, the more time that we really need to communicate and to get in touch with our students. So despite all these issues and despite all the challenges and struggles, for 2020, we were awarded by DICT and the KEC as one of the TechFord centers who were named as pandemic resilient for 2020. This is because of our GAD initiatives, because of our innovation, and because of our impact to the community, particularly to students and teachers, that despite the pandemic, we were able to create innovations, create programs that's very meaningful and that has high impact to the community, and also not only to the community but also to the employers, to industries. And we have also helped our LGU, our province, survive during this pandemic. So, and also another thing is we are also recognized by the GAD Focal Point System as one of the GAD champions for 2020. So that's it. That ends my presentation. Thank you very much.
Okay, wow. Thank you very much, Tin. That was an inspiring presentation. No? It is really worth commending, no, that despite the challenges of this pandemic, you are still able to touch the lives of the Grenses, including that of their families. So
Yes.
that's really a great impact, no, to the community. Okay, so I will see you in a while.
Thank you.
I will just go to our next resource speaker, no? So of course, our last and equally important resource speaker is a woman who has toured practically the whole of Negros Occidental. Not because she is a travel guru or a vlogger, but because of her official function, she needs to visit component cities and municipalities in Negros Occidental. She is Miss Karen Ardensai, Human Resource Management Officer for the head of our Negros Occidental Scholarship Program Division. Miss Karen? Hi, Miss Karen! How are you? Nakamute ka bro, Miss Car?
Good afternoon, attorney.
Yes, good afternoon, Miss Karen.
Yeah.
Yes, it's
Thank
nice
you
to see
for,
you.
yeah, nice to see you too. Yeah.
Wow. Sige, okay.
Yeah, and it's
So,
my time.
so I'm sure you have a lot to present, no? That despite the situation, no, I'm sure there are still a lot of students who really wanted to go to school and avail of yours of the services of your office, no? So you're also one, no, of the more important arm, no, of the province, no, for touching the lives of more Negrenses. Okay,
Yes, thank
so
you.
Miss Karen, I will give you the floor.
Yes, thank you so much, attorney. And this afternoon, I will be reporting um, the GAD data of the Negros Occidental Scholarship Program Division. And here's my presentation. Of course, I would always open my presentation with the words coming from the governor, because the governor believes that education as a social institution is a vehicle for employment and a tool for social mobility. And it is, and he keeps on repeating this, that education is the most important component of his administration. And he also want to strengthen his educational policies. So this is actually the basis of the Negros Occidental Scholarship Program Division. Now, why we are working hard um, for our constituents, because we have a direct policy coming from the governor. So this is the Negros Occidental Scholarship Program Division, and we have a total budget of 113,640,200 pesos. And broken down as follows: we have 63 million for coming from the GAD fund, 34 million coming from the general fund, and of course 14 million from the trust fund. That program is for our dual tech students in Laguna. Next slide, please. Okay, so here are the GAD funded programs. Now we have 11. Um, uh, in the past, we had only 10 scholarship categories under the GAD funded programs. However, right now we have 11, because the governor once again created one pioneering program, which is the scholarship for children of OFW. So you already know about this, but we will tackle this one by one later on. We have the Pagkaon Scholarship, the District Educational Scholarship, Indigenous People Scholarship. We have the NOPMANS, we have the DCS, we have the Peace, Best of Negros, we have the IABE, Miyakunojo Scholarship Grant, we have the PWD, and of course, the children of non-returning OFW. So we will just tackle it one by one, and then we'll also show you the statistics with regards to the number of scholars. Okay, so number one is the Pagkaon Scholarship. And of course, some of us might think that since this is the COVID time, no, the number of students might decrease, but no, we still have a lot of students right now. In fact, our pagkaon scholarship, under this category, we have 187 scholars, and we have 1949 male and 138 female. Of course, our pagkaon scholarship is only for the children of farmers, fisher folks, and sugarcane workers, and they are only allowed to take up agriculture and other agriculture related courses. In state colleges and universities in Negros Occidental, as well as in other schools outside of the province. And we have one private school. We have a partnership with Catholic Minyu One, and it is a private school now for our agriculture students. And we're giving them book and uniform allowance, of course, and monthly stipend. Um, of the number of graduates, since this program started, we already have pegged it at 362. And then we have 39 agricultural engineers, and we have 29 DVM. We have vet med already. And we also have a number of agriculturists who made it to the top 10 of the licensure examinations na in the past. Okay, and of course, pagkaon also has a component, and in the past there's only one, but currently we have two components. We have the pagkaon food technology, and we also have the pagkaon degree completion. No, so under this program, for the food technology, those students study at University of Saint LaSalle, and currently we have a total of 16 students enrolled at University of Saint LaSalle, and also we have 12 students. We also have 12 students for our degree completion scholarship. Okay, next. We have another category is the district educational scholarship. Um, this is for the children of low-income families, and they take up courses, technological and technical baccalaureate courses from state colleges and universities in Negros Occidental. Same, we give them monthly stipend and book uniform allowance, and there were already 607 who graduated from this program, and currently we have 217 students enrolled under this category, and 84 of which are male and 133 are female. Next slide, please. Next is, of course, as I always say, this is the heart of the scholarship program division, and um, this is called the Indigenous People Scholarship, and this scholarship is only for the children of indigenous peoples. They take up baccalaureate, vocational, and technical courses in recognized schools in Negros Occidental. And of course, still we give them monthly stipend, book, and uniform allowance. And this program started in 2009, and amazingly, there were already 147 students who graduated from this category. And currently, we have 223 IP scholars, 79 of which are male and 144 are female. Next is we have the Negros Occidental Provincial Medical and Nursing Scholarship, or in short we call it NOPMANS. No, this program is for the deserving Negrense youth, and they take up Doctor of Medicine, no, at the University of Saint LaSalle. Free tuition and book and uniform allowance, and under this program we already have 49, no, 49 who graduated from medicine, and 120 who graduated from their nursing course. And currently we have 30 30 students enrolled at the University of Saint LaSalle taking up medicine, no? And there's a stipulation under this program, which is after graduating or after passing the board exam, the students are bound to work in the provincial government run hospitals for 5 years. It was not included in the past, but 2 years ago, no, it was already included in the stipulations because we need more doctors in our hospital, especially right now that and especially right now that a lot of doctors are actually going abroad or resigning, no. And um this year, we have 30 scholars enrolled at USLS, and 7 are males and 23 are females. As you can see in the picture also, no, one of our, we're very proud to always say that Dr. Patrick Mabugat, no, made it to the top as number 2 during the national licensure exam. And of course, we're very proud of our doctors, and one of them is also Dr. Ada Jaime, who is a cardiologist, and she's actually a fellow at the Philippine Heart Center, but she's currently working at the Riverside, no, Medical Hospital as a doctor of cardiology. And next slide, please. Next slide, please. Okay. And next is our degree completion scholarship, no? What is degree completion scholarship? This scholarship is for the children of low-income families who have stopped schooling due to unfortunate circumstances. And currently, this program actually started in 2012, but we already have 85 who graduated from this category. And currently, we have 44 students enrolled under this category, of which 16 are male and 28 are female. Next slide, please. Okay, so our next category is the Provincial Educational Assistance for Capital Employees, or we call it PEACE. This is also for the children of capital employees, salary grade 1 to 15. Not to exceed, of course, grade 15. They can take up baccalaureate courses in colleges and universities in recognized school in the Visayas. And of course, we pay the tuition, book and uniform allowance, and we give them also monthly stipend. This program started in 2005, and we already have 73 who graduated from this program. Currently, we have 44 children of capital employees who are enrolled, and 16 are male and 28 are female. And we also have capital employees who are taking up masteral, and of course, free tuition and other school fees, and book and uniform allowance plus thesis subsidy. 53 have already graduated from the program, and 5 are currently enrolled, of which 3 are female and 2 are males. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Okay, the next is the Best of Negros Scholarship. Actually, since the start of COVID, no, and then the PANAAD was postponed because of the increasing number of positive cases, no. So Best of Negros Scholarship was temporarily stalled, and but this program started in 2006, and we already have 33 who graduated. This is an all-female scholarship because only winners of the Lin Isang Negros pageant, the Lin Isang Negros, the first and second runner-up, are actually the beneficiary of this program. No, so one of our our beneficiaries is Dr. Christopher Marie Taclobos, Linay Sang Negros 2007. She got a scholarship for 1 year, but she is now a doctor, no, a medical doctor. Next slide, please. Okay, so we also have the educational assistance for IP's basic education, or we call that simply IYABE, for short. This program started in 2016, and this program started only for it was only intended for ATI and ATA, but afterwards it was also um, open to accommodate Bukidnon, Carolano, and Magahat. And this scholarship actually is for the elementary and secondary education of our IPs, no, in the far-flung barangays, in different LGUs, and we give them 750, no, transportation allowance every month for 10 months in a year. And we have 300 currently enrolled. By the way, this scholarship, no, for IPs um, is the only scholarship that starts, no, from elementary to high school to college, no, because these people, we believe that they really want to go to school, and if only we will give them the opportunity to do so. So currently we have 300 currently enrolled, 103 male and 195 female to have already graduated from high school. And um, the challenge of this program actually was since the COVID-19 struck, no, um, um, the enrollment were the opening of classes were actually it keeps on moving. The DepEd keeps on moving the enrollment, no, or the start of classes. So eventually, the when the classes started in October, no, we have a lot of budget. So our budget utilization for this program, again we have an excess budget, since we pegged it in the past to start uh, in June. So we have June, July, August, September, October. So we have 4 months, 4 months excess budget for 300 students. Next slide, please. Okay, so we have an international program called the Miyakunojo Higashi High School Scholarship in Japan. And this program started in 2018. Actually, we have 19 students enrolled in Japan, but the first batch uh, have already graduated in February, and two are currently enrolled at Asia Pacific University, and 7 are enrolled at Hoshin School of Healthcare, no, for the vocational course for 2 years, and one went home and will be coming back. No, he's is in Manila right now, and will be coming back, I think, May 14 in Bacolod. And Gov has already provided the financial assistance for the entrance exams, no, of our first batch, while the second batch is now on their grade 12. And this morning, I actually had a meeting with the principal of the Miyakunojo Higashi High School, and we're having a problem with the deployment of our 10 students, whom we choose last year. No, they were supposed to go to Japan in 2020. However, since the COVID-19 started in March last year. No, the travel was actually canceled, but we're hoping that they can still go to Japan in time for um, the second term, no, in August. So we have currently we have 19 students in Japan, of which um, six six are the first batch. For the first batch, we have 3 males and some females, and then for the second batch, we have six female and 3 males. Now we have a total of 19 students. Next, please. Um, one of the pioneering programs of Governor Bong Lacson is the Persons with Disability Scholarship, and we call it PWD Scholarship. And they are currently studying at state colleges and universities and private schools in Negros Occidental. And we provide them free tuition and allowances, book uniform allowance, and also since some of the scholars are deaf mute, no, we also have to provide for the allowance of the interpreter uh, in the amount of 2,400. And then currently we have 13 PWDs enrolled in different schools in Negros Occidental and outside of Negros Occidental. They're taking up BSIT, BSHM, Fine Arts, Agriculture, BS Ed, BSBA. Now, 6 are male and 7 are female. And we have one graduating PWD this 2021, and she's actually deaf mute, and she's taking up architectural drafting technology. So her name is Mary Chris Cordero. Next slide, please. Another pioneering program of Governor Bong Lacson is the Scholarship for Children of Non-Returning OFW. Since we have a lot of OFWs, no, who will not be returning abroad, the governor deemed it necessary to also provide scholarships for their children. So for this category, we have allotted 60 slots, of which 14 will be studying at the private schools, and the rest will be at the state colleges and universities. But we will still be giving them a monthly stipend and book uniform allowance. And their examination will be scheduled in the coming weeks, no, since we have to postpone the administration of exam because of the spike of the number of cases. Slide, please. Other scholarship categories. As you can see, we also have we have 8 other scholarship categories, which are, according to Miss June, to please include the non-GAD programs. No? So these are the non-GAD programs. And we have a Maritime Education Scholarship Program. We have 92 recipients, and this is an all-male category. No? Of course, if you want to be a chief engineer, or you want to be a captain of the ship, or you just simply want to work in a shipping company, you have to be male. And then we have 2 schools tapped for this program. We have the John B. Lacson, and we also have BMA Global College for this program. And we also have the Japanese Language and Culture Training course. We have 7 male and 3 female. They're supposed to go to Japan. They're supposed to be deployed March. However, since Japan is not accepting student scholars right now, so they're waiting these 10 students are still waiting for the Japan embassy to open for them to again process the visa. No, and then we have actually so many programs that were stalled because of COVID-19 under the Japanese language and culture training course. For example, our partnership with Whiska International, no, has also been stalled because of course the students will not be able to get the visa, and there are a lot of companies in Japan who really wants Filipinos to go to Japan to work and as well as study. Next slide, please. Oh, we also have the Northern Territory, Australia. Sorry. Currently, we have 7 students in Northern Territory, Australia, and uh, they're taking up cookery and hospitality management. No, so we have 7 students, 4 males and 3 female. And we also have the bridging program, which again, because of the COVID-19, we have to just stop the recruitment, no, from for our mechanical engineers to be trained as marine engineers. So this program is currently inactive. However, we're hoping that after the COVID, we'll be able to continue this program. But under Governor Bong Lacson, we have another pioneering program, no, which is the continuing professional development program for our government employees. This program is in coordination with Carlos Ilado State College in Talisay City, and currently we have 136 government employees who are studying their masters at CAMSE, no? 48 male and 88 female. And then we also have the Negrense Dual Tech scholarship. This scholarship is kind of a special scholarship because this is for the out of school youth, no? We already have 85. We sent 85 male students in Laguna to take up electromechanics technology, and currently some of them are doing their online classes, while most of them, 65 of them, are already doing their on the job training in different companies in Laguna, or in different companies in Luzon, no, big companies in Luzon. And usually, when they graduate, these students uh, are actually given the opportunity to stay, no, to work as permanent employee in various companies. One of the students even related to me, since he has already finished his um, on the job training, and he said that his boss has already told him if he wants to stay, he will be hired as a permanent worker, no, um, handling, no, as an operator, handling machines, special machines, no, for a food business. And another student also said that even if he will be finishing in December, his manager has already told him that they will hire him, but it's, of course, it is the student's choice, no, if he wants to be hired or if he wants to transfer company. So currently, our program, which is a 2-year scholarship program for our male students, out of school youth at that, um, in Laguna, has a budget of 14 million, no, and we will be recruiting more and we'll be sending more because we believe that this program will change the lives of our out of school youth. And the next is employing ICT to spur economic recovery. This is actually an ICT scholarship, no, an IT scholarship for our students, and this is in coordination with STI University, STI West Negros University. And currently we have this is a male dominated category. We have 63 male and we have 34 female. Now, originally this was intended for 100 students. However, I think three students had a problem, so we only have 97 students, of which 27 are already graduating. No, graduating. I think this May or June, no, but they finished already their fourth year. And if I may say, this is one of the I think one of the most successful programs, no, ever implemented, because in a short span of time, when this program started last year, June 2020, no, we are already reaping the fruits, no. We're giving scholarship for third year for the degree completion, no, of third year and fourth year students, no, of in different towns and cities who are studying IT or information technology at West Negros University. And according to Governor Bong Lacson, he already said that he will be adding 50 slots for the scholarship next year, because he saw that there are really students who cannot afford to go to school and finish their information technology courses, no. But this program, last week, no, we held a presentation of outputs of for our IT scholars. And these programs will actually be used. These are the thesis of our fourth year students, and these programs will be used by the provincial government, no. For example, the depot procurement and inventory system, no, they made a program for the depot procurement and inventory system in order for them to have an easier transaction with the clients. And then we also have fire alert notification with map locator. It can be used by our disaster management office, and of course, we they also made a program for our monitoring system for the scholarship program division. No, it was really very hard for us since we're handling more than 3,000 scholars, 2,000 scholars, and sometimes it is difficult for us to keep track. So this system will make us manage, no, the categories more efficiently. And we also have the document tracking system of Negros Occidental, which I believe will be used soon by the provincial government in tracking, no, in tracking our documents for faster and easier also transactions in the provincial government. And the last, they also tackled the emergency rescue and response operation system, which I believe will be used by our disaster management division, because it's very, very, it was nicely, no, it was nicely presented by one of the scholars, and Governor Bong Lacson, and also former Congressman Albi Benitez gave the scholars, no, a prize, no, 10,000 went to one of the presenters for the emergency rescue and response operation system, and other presenters were given 2,000 each as consolation prizes, na. So this is actually one of the programs that we're so excited about. And if you also want them to develop a program for you, no, that will suit your needs, you can just submit it to us, and we can also give it to our students for them to work it out. Okay, so this is the process of availment of the scholarship. First, we conduct the information campaign. The usual thing is, as Attorney Palik said, um, we went around Negros Occidental to campaign for the scholarship. No, and then we give them um, application forms, and then when they submit when they submit it to us, we assess the documents, and then we give them exams, and then we announce the results, and then after the results, we conduct interview for validation. Then there's some signing with the governor. All this is the process of availment of the scholarship. But since for for school year 2021-2022, um we had to stop the administration of exam on April 8th, without giving 11, no, without covering 11 other LGUs because of the spike in the number of cases of COVID last April 8th. But soon we will resume um, the administration of exam in 11 LGUs because we already have covered all others. And the staff are now actually checking the exams of those from other LGUs. Next slide, please. So these are the pioneering programs for 2020 of Governor Bong Lacson. We have the persons with disability under GAD, and we have the employing ICT to spur economic recovery under our general fund. And for 2021, we have the continuing professional development under the general fund. And then we have the scholarship for children of non-returning OFW for 60 scholars under GAD. Now we have a budget for the children of non-returning OFW pegged at 2 million pesos. So this is the statistics for our NOSPD graduate. We have a total of 124 in 2019, and we have 94 in 2020, of which for the 2019, 49 male and 124 female, and 38 male in 2020 and 56 female. Next slide, please. Okay, so the number of scholars in 2019, we have a total of 1,088 scholars, of which 445 male and 643 are female. And the number of scholars for school year 2020-2021, although we are not finished yet, we have 1,477, and we have 1,198 for project free, or a total of 2,675 students, of which 955 are male and 1,720 are female. And the number of incoming scholars for 2021, since we're giving the exams this year, will be resuming the exam soon. No, we have 735 incoming scholars for 2021. Okay, so this is the end of our presentation. No, this is always what we say. This is Negros Occidental. We plant the seeds of hope in the hearts of every Negrense. We do not wait for opportunities to knock. We create opportunities for our constituents. Thank you very much, and that's all.
Wow, thank you very much, Miss Karen, for that very informative presentation. So, of course, despite the pandemic, we still
Nadulas.
cater to the needs. We still cater to the needs of our fellow Negrenses. No? So thank you very much, Miss Karen. So may I call on Miss Tina to join us for the question and answer? Hi, Miss Tin, Miss Karen. Let's move now to our question and answer portion. So, Miss Karen, I would just like to read a question from our FB Live. No, we have here a question for Miss Karen. Miss Karen from Miss Marites Vasquez. She is asking who are qualified in the continuing professional development and in the project-free scholarships.
For the continuing professional development, that is in coordination with Carlos Ilado Memorial State College. No, qualified employees are those that are recommended by the chief executives of each town and city. No, so permanent or contractual employees may also apply.
Okay, so thank you, Ms. Karen. Thank you also, Ms. Marites, for the question. I hope it answered for your question. Okay, so Ms. Tina and Ms. Karen, actually, I would consider them as our in-house resource speakers. No? So, and they are also into campaigning for their trainees for Ms. Tina and scholars for Miss Karen, but of course they're also considered scholars, no? Okay, so I would just like to ask that about your strategies, no, in order for you to be able to campaign for more scholars to join our programs. Miss Tina, could you answer first? Miss Tina, Udjo.
Okay. For NOLTC, we're doing online campaign. So most of our campaigns are done virtually because of the pandemic. And based on our experience, we have successfully done our recruitment via Facebook and via other social media strategies. So what we do is we also do email blast. We also do some referrals from our LGU partners. And also, we try to get in touch with other partners from NGOs, from people's organizations. But most of our campaigns are really technology based, so we're doing it virtually.
Okay, thank you, Miss Tina. Miss Karen, you have mentioned about campaigning through going around the communities, no, or
Yes,
going
yes, yes, yes.
around the local government units.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
so what other strategies do you use, Miss Karen?
Before the COVID-19, no, we usually um, ask the local government units to host a short presentation orientation for together with their barangay captains, together with their teachers, with their principals. No, but since the COVID struck March 2020, we do our campaigning online, and we also tap the expertise of our partner at the provincial information office for our information dissemination.
Okay, so thank you, Miss Karen. So I think that's it for our two resource speakers, no? So before we finish, no, our episode, no, for that matter. So the provincial GAD Focal Point System and the provincial government of Negros Occidental would like to thank, no, Miss Tina and Miss Karen for their active participation in our GAD activities. So I would like to read, no, we would like to award them certificate of appreciation. So first, I would like to read the certificate of appreciation for Miss Tina. No? So Republic of the Philippines, Province of Negros Occidental, Provincial Gender and Development Focal Point System awards the certificate of appreciation to Maria Cristina B. Orbisido, PhD, Vocational School Administrator, NOLTC, in grateful acknowledgement and appreciation of her services rendered and insights shared as a presenter of the GAD database of Negros Occidental Language and Information Technology Center during the Because Women Count 2021 webinar series on GAD data and issues organized by the Province of Negros Occidental through the Provincial Gender and Development Focal Point System with the technical support of NOLTC and Tech for Ed Philippines. Awarded this 11th day of May 2021 in Bacolod City, Negros Occidental, Philippines. Signed, Honorable Eugenio Jose V. Lacson. So before I forget, aside from the certificate, our resource speakers will also receive web webcam, earbuds, and a souvenir wall plaque. No? Okay, so to
Thank
continue,
you.
thank you, Ms. Tina. I would also like to read the certificate of appreciation awarded to Miss Karen Ardensai, a head Negros Occidental Scholarship Program Division, in grateful acknowledgement and appreciation of her services rendered and insights shared as a presenter of the GAD database of Negros Occidental Scholarship Division during the Because Women Count 2021 webinar series on GAD data and issues organized by the Province of Negros Occidental through the Provincial Gender and Development Focal Point System with the technical support of Knowledge C and Tech for Ed Philippines. Awarded this 11th day of May 2021 in Bacolod City, Negros Occidental, Philippines. Signed, Honorable Eugenio Jose V. Lacson. So thank you very much for our resource speakers. Thank you, Miss Karen. And
Thank you.
thank you, Miss
Also,
Tina.
attorney.
Okay, so in conclusion, I really appreciate the presentations, and I would conclude that our education system, especially those in the afternoon, in the afternoon session, are really dominated by females. No? Okay, so education actually plays a vital role in national development. No? So with the gathering of this aggregated data relative to gender and development, government agencies concerned will be able to address issues and concerns with every community more efficiently and effectively. So as we work together toward this end, we call on more WANAs not to join us in this endeavor to attain a more inclusive development. So with this, we say, we women really count. No? So before we end, I would like to request our other participants not to stay for the photo ops, and let's go back first to our host, Miss Marichon Castro.
Thank you, attorney. And okay ko, bation ka, attorney. Okay, so thank you so much. I'd like to thank our moderator for this afternoon, Attorney Annabelle Espalic, for facilitating all this discussion and all the our speakers. No, you gladly introduce and welcome them, and it pays good man attorney that most of them are our members with the GAD Focal Point System. So allow me to award the certificate of appreciation sincerely. I really appreciate the help of Attorney Palik, and this morning also Dr. Sharon Juansis. So mauna na lang ko yung attorney, kaya daw siya ang nakita ko sa screen. Attorney Annabelle S. Palik. No? So attorney, we would like also to award the certificate of appreciation. Si Doc Sharon, is Doc Sharon here na?
Yes,
Okay. So, mauna ta sa morning. Yes, I do really thank Doc Sharon because nadula ang connection ko this morning, and she took up the task, and wow, congratulations, thank you so much. So Doc Sharon, so we have this certificate of appreciation also from our provincial gender and development focal point system. So we award the certificate of appreciation to you, Doc Sharon, the provincial coordinator of the Public Employment Service Office, in grateful acknowledgement and appreciation of your services rendered and insights shared as moderator of episode 2, which was held this morning, part of Because Women Count, our webinar series on God data and issues organized by our own PGFPS, and of course, assisted by NOLTC and Tech for Philippines. This certificate is also signed by our chair of the PGFPS, the Honorable Eugenio Jose Vilacson, awarded this 11th day of May 2021 in Bacolod City, Negros Occidental, Philippines. Doksha, thank you so much. And as announced, uh, we will deliver your webcam, earbuds, and the souvenir clock. Thank you so much, Doc
Thank you so
Sharon.
much.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
from the bottom of my heart. Yes. And of course, our moderator for this afternoon, hindi lang siya a lawyer, she's also a doctor of philosophy. Attorney Annabel Espalic, the currently working for the Negros First Cyber Center. Attorney Palik is also our provincial government department head and a member of our committee on decorum and investigation. So, Attorney, thank you so much. This is in grateful acknowledgement and appreciation of your services rendered and insights shared as moderator for episode 3, we just said a while ago, of the Because Women Count 2021, which is our presentation of God data and issues organized by the provincial government of Negros Occidental through the Gender and Development Focal Point System, ably assisted and supported by the Negros Occidental Language Information and Technology Center and Tech for Ed Philippines, awarded this 11th day of May 2021 in Bacolod City, Negros Occidental, Philippines, signed by our dear Governor Eugenio C. Lacson. Thank you, Attorney, and of
Thank you,
course, your
Ma'am John. Thank you, everyone.
so on behalf of the Provincial GAD Focal Point System, chaired by, of course, our Governor Bong Lacson, I'd like to thank everybody who were part of our episode 1, 2, and 3, our moderators, our speakers from various sectors and various schools and various fields of endeavor. And also, syempre, our dear, no, let's see, for the technical support, Ma'am Tina, Sally, Red, Philip, and of course Tech for Ed Philippines. And here also in the capital, we'd like to thank Mr. Simon Suarez and the PIO staff, and of course the Office of the Provincial Governor, and all GAD Focal Point system members. And remember, this is not the last episode. On May 27, we will have our guest, the Provincial Health Office and the Provincial Social Welfare and Development Office, and our moderator, our Provincial Planning Coordinator, Dr. Maria Lina Pillejo Sanugal of the PPDO. And of course, on May 31, also in the morning, we will be inviting our speakers from the Department of Agrarian Reform, and of course, our friends from the Office of the Provincial Agriculturist and the Provincial Environment and Management Office are all preparing their presentation. And I hope that by May 31, our friends from the Central Philippine State University will be able to join us. So to all of you, thank you so much. And we will post some announcement of how you can answer our evaluation and how you can get your certificates. So thank you and good afternoon, everyone. We should all work together, avance negrense, and we should always think and remember women because women count. Thank you and good afternoon.